First of all, I got to say, I'm so excited to be chatting with you. AJ, how are you?
I am ecstatic. I am very, very good. It's hot today, so it's nice to be back inside in the air conditioning. Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's definitely toasty out there right now.
I love that I found out that you are a sneakerhead. Now, where do you go to get do you go to StockX or do you have like the Connect?
It's a little bit of both. StockX and Goat are my top two picks.
Mhm.
I also do a lot on Stadium Goods. But our group manager represents Pharrell, so I do a lot of stuff. Hopefully, with the Human Race line, I try to get the first drops. But I'm a Jordan 1 and Jordan 3 guy through and through.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is nothing compared to what's going on upstairs in my sneaker closet. Yeah.
I was about to ask, what does that sneaker closet look like? Is it just like rows and rows and rows of sneakers?
Yes. I have probably dead stock somewhere between 600 and about 1,000 that are just dead stock. Never ever wear them. And then I have doubles of a lot just so I can wear them.
Right.
My wife, she's always been like, look, I don't get it. And I'm like, you're not supposed to get it. This is my thing. But all she asks is that when I get a new pair of kicks, that I at least throw out the UPS box. I get too excited and I leave the boxes by the front door. And she's like, ugh.
I was going to ask, do you ever like hide them from her? Like, do you have
I used to.
secretly? You do.
I used to like keep the box in my trunk. And then when she went to bed, I would open the box and put the shoes in the closet. But I'm in a different mindset now. It's like, look, dude, come on. They're freaking sneakers. There's no reason to be hiding it.
I love that you're a huge sneakerhead, man. Because I cannot tell you how many times I've woken up at 7 o'clock in the morning to be 10 o'clock on the East Coast to try to get something only to be, bought out by some bot.
It's true. Well, what size shoe do you wear?
I wear 10 and a half.
See, 10 and a half in my size, which is 11. Those are always the first two to go. Nines are the rarest because, just not that many nines out there. And obviously 14 and 15 are also super hard to get. So
your boy's struggling right now.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing during your downtime? How have you been keeping yourself busy?
Well, I mean, I've definitely, it's funny. I feel like I've been busier now than I am when I'm on the road. There's so many things. First of all, music. Debut single comes out this Friday with the video as well. The EP, Top of Summer. And then the second EP will be in the fall. And then the complete album, top of 2022. And, it's just so many things. Like I have a golf clothing line coming out around Father's Day. I'm a huge, huge golfer. And I've been wanting to do a golf clothing line for years. And I partnered up with this amazing company, Killer Merch. So we are literally about to finish our final phases with prototypes. And then once I give the green light, we're going to be ready to go into full on production. Getting involved in the whole NFT world, as well as the most important job and probably the hardest, but most rewarding job is just being dad. It's been nice to be home, spending quality time with my girls. My oldest is in competitive dance and it's competition season and she's crushing it. So, it's just go time for me right now.
I feel like I have so many questions to ask you. Number one, you guys were out on tour when the whole pandemic happened, right?
Yep. We were in Brazil. We had one final stadium show, which was in Sao Paulo, which the government, unfortunately, was like, it's not going to happen. So unfortunately, we weren't able to finish that particular show. Flew home 3 days later, the lockdown started.
Remember when people were only saying that it was going to last like 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Oh, I mean, look, dude, I was sitting out. We had a day off before the last show, and myself and Brian and some of our security, we were sitting out on this little like rooftop pool. We were just chilling, figuring out whether we were going to be going home or doing the show. And again, we all had the mindset like, all right, so we'll go home. It's not too bad. They're going to nip this in the bud. And how wrong we all were. I mean, everybody across the globe.
Right.
But, I've seen the silver lining in this. I've gotten to be home with my family. I've gotten to really work on myself. I'm sober 16 months this month. And
Congratulations.
thank you. I mean, it's been an absolute blessing in disguise to be. I don't even word it as stuck at home. This has been great to be home. So, I wouldn't be able to focus and do all these things that I'm doing if I wasn't home.
Right. And you know what's funny? The fact that you were able to stay sober while in the house. You know what I'm saying? When everybody was turning to,
Oh yeah.
like
I
bait.
mean, mental health issues have gone up 60%. Drugs and alcoholism have gone up. People that didn't know they were alcoholic are now alcoholic. But all hail the magical, mystical Zoom, because thankfully for Zoom, we were able to maintain, meetings. I have an amazing home group, and we do every day at 4:30. We haven't missed a day since March 16th of last year, and we're just trucking along. But there's a lot of people that went the other way. Like people put on the quarantine 15. I went the other way.
Me too.
After I did Dancing with the Stars, I was already in that mindset of like just health and fitness and sobriety and just, I'm 43. I don't feel it as much anymore because I am trying to be very conscious about what I put in my body.
True.
So yeah.
Speaking of Dancing with the Stars, do you feel like that was like really hard?
It was. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people thought that I had a shoe up because I've got.
Right.
No, no. I grew up doing hip hop. I grew up doing every style of dance, not ballroom, and it is a completely different beast. And Cheryl, who is my co-host on the Pretty Messed Up podcast, as well as my partner on the show, she's a bit of a tough cookie, and she pushed me, but she pushed me because she believed in me and because she knew that I had a lot of, potential. I can retain things really fast,
Right.
but to execute them the way you're supposed to on that show it's a lot. And it's 7 days a week, round the clock. Plus we were doing it in the middle of a pandemic. So it's a COVID test every day before you walk into rehearsal.
Some old school tests where they were going up in your brain.
Oh yeah. But then on Mondays when we went live, we got to do the test ourselves. First thing in the morning when you get there, before you do dress rehearsal, and then your final camera blocking, and then you go right into the live show. But cut to now, everybody in my family's vaccinated. We're all vaccinated, which means life for us can go back to somewhat of normal. Like we booked a day out at Disney in May, which is going to be great. My youngest daughter has gotten totally screwed on her last 2 birthdays. So now we get to take her to Disney. Even though I'm looking more forward to June 4th, that's when Marvel Land opens. That's what's up. So yeah, I'm stoked. And we're also finally planning a nice family vacay this summer. So
we love to hear it. We love to hear that things are slowly but surely getting back to normal.
Totally. I mean, look, do I want it to go back to what it was necessarily? No.
Don't hug me.
Yeah, no, but I mean, but like whatever the new normal is, I think
you're embracing it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more beneficial to everyone. Because look, at the end of the day, you're still going to have people that are going to be wearing masks for the next 10 years. They just are. People that have now become germaphobes that maybe were like closet germaphobes that never really went to this extreme. Now it's become a part of your everyday life. Like just yesterday, I stopped at the gas station to get gas, and I got out of my car and I walked in, no mask. And I was like, oh, my bad. Sorry. Hold on. I'll go back. It's like something something clicked and I felt like everything was just back to normal all of a sudden.
Right.
And
Right.
my bad. You know,
It's
yeah,
interesting. I like wearing the mask because I've avoided so many people because they didn't know who I was, like coworkers and just people that I know with the mask on, dip in, dip out. They don't know. It's good.
I thought it would be beneficial in that aspect, even though I don't mind. I love stopping and doing selfies and autographs. I that doesn't bother me. Paparazzi doesn't bother me. All that stuff doesn't bother me. But
Right.
I thought, okay, I've got my face covered. I could go to the mall or I could go wherever and no one, but all of this,
They
everyone knows
know.
it's me. So it doesn't matter. I would have to wear like a freaking scuba suit to really go out and not be recognized.
To blend in.
But it's fine. I'd be worried the day that I stop getting recognized and people don't care. That's
Right.
when you're like, yikes, But yeah, it's been one hell of a ride for everybody,
So I don't know if you know, but of Love Song Love on Kiss.
Yes, I am. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody at KISS, everyone at iHeart. Thank you so much for giving this song an amazing jumpstart. This is very close to the chest for me. The video is very close to the chest for me. I can't give away too much about the video because, again, I want people to watch it in its entirety, all the way post credits. I did a little Marvel thing for everybody out there. You've got to stay in post credits. You have to watch. But this whole new album cycle for me, this whole new journey for me, I just want to spread love. That's it. I just want to spread love, acceptance, to teach people to be non-judgmental, to be colorblind, to be gender blind, and to just love each other and love yourself first and foremost. Love who you are, accept who you are, no matter what anybody else says, because it doesn't matter what they say. You love you, you do you. That's it. And just really embracing who I am today, and people are going to see a little bit of a different side of me, but at the same time, I think finally embracing a side of me that is comfortable with my sexuality, that's comfortable with my appearance, my heart, my gut, my soul, my mind, and just the real me finally just letting it all go. And I'm excited.
Why is this so important to you?
It's so important to me for two reasons. Number one, I'm a father. I've got girls. This generation right now, I'm really proud of in some ways because they're not being silent anymore. We're not being silenced in this generation. People are finally speaking up about racial injustice, about the transgender community, about the LGBT community, about bullying, about mental health. People are finally, they've had enough. And people are finally using their platforms for good. And that's what I want to do. I want to use my platform for good. I've always been a huge advocate for the LGBT community, but I've never really had the opportunity that I have now to really, really just embed myself in the community and show my support and show that I am an ally. And for my kids, to show them that you just got to be comfortable with who you are. If one of my kids tomorrow woke up and said, "Daddy, I think I'm gay." All right, let's go. Let's go. I'm good. We need to teach our kids that we will love them no matter what. It takes not even a millisecond to just say, "I support you." It takes no time and no effort off of a parent's back to literally support their child no matter what direction they want to go in, no matter what gender they decide that they are or that they've known since they were born that they are. It doesn't matter. That's like I said, I want people to finally get to see the me that I've given you glimpses of over the last 28 years, but you've never seen it in its entirety. And I've never felt this comfortable with who I am as I do today.
Do you think it was hard to be, I don't want to say that vulnerable, but like to do that?
Um, yeah, because look, at the end of the day, you're going to get blowback. Doesn't matter what you do. You could be solving world hunger and you're
True.
going to get blowback. Somebody's going to have some crazy crap to say. And that's just who we are. Unfortunately, as a people right now, there are groups that will always have something to say. And those people, in my opinion, are scared. They're scared, they're ignorant, they are they need to look inward and figure out why they have a problem with what's going on in the world. And it's got nothing to do with a man loving a man, a woman loving a woman, a black man and a white woman, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. They have their own issues, and they're basically taking that out on everybody else.
They're projecting.
Exactly. And when that stops, oh my God. I mean, think about the world we would live in if people really started to look inward. If you have a problem with somebody, stop before you say something and go, wait, do I really have a problem with that person? Or is there something I need to look at within me that maybe I need to really nurture? It's nature versus nurture. You know what I mean?
I just realized that. Do I have a problem, or am I projecting my fears onto this person?
It's all of the above. I think if you're projecting fears and you're projecting negative energy, I feel like it stems from somewhere, because nobody is born racist. These are learned things. These come from your upbringing, the environment that you surround yourself in. And, luckily for me, I wasn't raised in that kind of household. I was raised by a mom from the 60s. Love everybody, love your neighbor. You know what I mean? And it's like, and that's the person I am. But there are so many people out there, unfortunately, that are learned in the wrong direction. God, and then you got to bring religion and politics into all of it. And it's like, oh, yeah, now you're really driving a stake down the middle that doesn't need to be there,
Totally. Well, AJ, I feel like I can talk to you forever, but I need to jump off before Tanya kills me. So,
all good. Hey, listen, I will make sure that I tell Tara all the information about the hype levs, and I will get that to you, brother, because it's a game changer for me. My wife knew that because I've been working on my office for the past 6 months, not done yet, but it's my little space. So she's like, you could have pretty art back here. Why do you have floating sneakers? I'm like, because
that's who you are.
That's me. I want floating sneakers.
It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate you and your conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, EJ. I really appreciate you, man. Be safe.
You too.